Hi, I'm Anuki. Sudden radical change in voice tonation there. So, how you doing? Yeah, it's game 9 and I know it's Tuesday. No idea what the date is. I got in the shower, got out of the shower, and then surprise casted myself. I was like, yeah, let's do a company appearance cast right now. So here we are. We are joined by Arekos playing as the Wehrmacht and his opponent, Gravemouth GR. Speaking of mouth, I need to wet my whistle at some point because I've not even had breakfast yet. Oh man, it's a terrible start to the day for me. I grabbed this game off Game Replays and I've been getting more and more comments and messages recently, and I will try and answer your questions and post back when I have the time. I'm always doing literally something, and then I have a little pause and I'll read some stuff, I'll check Reddit and all good stuff like that. But someone mentioned about sending replays in, and go ahead, go. I've not got that many replays so far. I'm a straw fell over. Always happens. Always happens. Yeah, the email is anukitv@gmail.com, I think it is. And just put in as much detail as possible. I'm not like other casters in the sense that I just want like a short summary of a paragraph. I'm not that popular yet. So just put in as much detail as possible. Kind of format it nicely, you know, like double line spacing, and make sure you indent the paragraphs and you've got good sentence structure, and you know, just make it easy to read. So I'll check up on that, and I'll just go through your replays. And in fact, I'll probably just cast the game and go with it. If it sucks, I probably won't upload it, but if it's good, then I've casted it. I've already spoke over the top of it, and this is taking quite a while for these engagements to go on. We're 2 minutes into the game, and no one's shot a single bullet just yet. But soon, my friends, we shall be having some combat. Here it is. Pioneers and Riflemen are the first to go, and straight away just retreating, so that didn't last long. Let's kind of look what other players are doing. The allies have kind of stretched over to the right-hand side of the map mostly, but we've got a Rifleman squad moving up to the left-hand side of the map. Engineers retreating away from the Volks. Axis player bringing up 2 Volk squad. That's his opening. 2 Volk squad. Great. I love Volks, but I don't know how he's going to use it. You know, because you have to use these units. You can't just say, oh, I'm building this, and then it's like, oh, it didn't work. I didn't do anything with my units. Good job. No, you have to do something. You have to have a kind of plan of attack when you build those very first units. So 2 Volks. What can 2 Volks do? I mean, there's hardly any heavy cover around here, so that's kind of bad. The Riflemen are going to have a much easier time getting moving closer to make use of those M1 Garand rifles, which are far, far superior. Because they are semi-auto rifles, they've got a higher rate of fire. But it seems like Gravemouth is just moving up to capture here. By the way, is GR Game Replays? Do we have a Game Replay gamer here? Ooh, I don't know, but look at his Rifleman just perched outside of the base of Arekos. Arekos sounding kind of too close to Argos. In fact, there's a shop that does awesome shirts. I've bought a few shirts, which is goth. And I'm not really a goth person, you can kind of tell. I mean, I have long hair, sure, but that's just because I don't know how to cut it. I mean, I think I look stupid if I cut it really short, so until I decide what to do, it's just going to keep growing longer and longer. So apologies for that, my hair is maybe going to end up turning out like Bill Bailey's hair. But we have a cluster of Riflemen, a flock of superior firepower, and the sniper just behind the Volks. I like that, but now they're not. Oh god, the sniper's in trouble. He's going to be target fired surely by Gravemouth, but he can't see the sniper just yet. He might be getting a Jeep soon. As soon as you see that sniper early on in the game, it is usually a good idea to get a Jeep, because getting a Jeep later on is really lame when all those tanks are out and he's like, I'm a Jeep, it just can't survive to spot the sniper. Sniper already with 4 kills. Arekos is going to try and protect the sniper with Volks. The Riflemen move up, kind of just moving by. They're not really going to do it. I don't know what the machine gunner is doing from Arekos. It's just kind of like blindingly running through the combat. It's like, oh, what? There's gunfire going on. It's no problem. Someone else will fire some bullets and protect me. losing territory right outside of his base. Thank you, Mr. Side Commander here. One thing I kind of miss from Command and Conquer is that little general guy on the top right corner helping you out. Just saying, like, helpful stuff. In fact, he's not really that helpful in Command and Conquer. It's just like, base is under attack! Oh, I see how you got your job. You're very observant. It's like, can't you do something more useful? Can't you just, like, micro these units for me? Do something useful. But no, I really miss that. In fact, one other thing I think is kind of cool, whilst there's a bit of a lullaby in the combat so far, is in, I think, Command and Conquer some 3, maybe. Yeah, this is an awesome idea, and I think this should be in RTS games. So, Relic, if you are listening, right, please get this in your game because it will be freaking awesome. Right, is what Command & Conquer 3 had, I believe, is a system where when you opened up your chat, I think it might have just been through the entire game actually, but you had a webcam of you in the corner. So do you remember in Red Alert, the old Command & Conquers, you would have like a little commander appearance on the right hand side of the screen. Imagine if that was your ally. That was your ally pressing down the button, and all of a sudden he pops up on the webcam and he's like, "My base is under attack, friend!" And he's like, "Oh god, I better go protect you." And it's just like, it's getting more involved in the game. It's almost making it seem like we are commanders, because that's what we are. We are commanding the battlefield. It's kind of an odd way of commanding it. You have direct control of all the units, but I think that's just an awesome feature. So yeah, if you've understood that and you think it's possible, please get that in the game. So returning to the combat, it seems like the Allies have dominant control over the right-hand side of the map, and the Axis still maintaining control over the left-hand side for now, but they are about to lose it. There is a lot of forces on the field. We've got a machine gunner, 2 Volks and snipers. Everything stayed alive. More machine gunners and more snipers. Double machine gunners, double snipers, all the way. Oh yeah, I only recently just saw that double rainbow video. I always wondered where double rainbow all the way came from, and now I know. It is beautiful. I love that saying, double rainbow all the way. So anything that's double just gets them all the way for me. We've got a suspiciously unusual flank here, and it is being very effective from Gravemouth as he just runs in. He's gunning down the Pioneers. That's not really a priority target I would want, but obviously it's kind of difficult to move and shoot at the same time. The machine gunners, though, didn't do absolutely anything at all, and the Volks merely escapes with a fraction of his health. And these riflemen don't manage to pour any bullets into the Volks as he goes by because they are busy retreating. But in terms of effectiveness on that attack, Gravemouth, I don't believe he got the snipers, so unfortunately that attack was just a dart for the snipers. If he got them, great, that would have set his opponent back so much. Unfortunately he didn't. He took a few casualties, not that many. Was the risk worth it? I think, to be honest, it might have been worth it if it pulled off. You know, this game is all about risks. He did a pretty good risk. He didn't lose his squads. He didn't lose that many casualties in comparison to the Axis. So I think that was a sort of neutral battle. No one really came away a winner there, and I think Gravemouth did do a good choice. It was a good choice. It didn't pay off, but it wasn't that risky, so you know, he can return to the game in full strength and do whatever his next plan of attack is. But for now, because he did a mass retreat, all these Volks are going to come over here and capture his territory. But the 2 victory points, very important side of the map over here, they are very important. I wonder about Arekos' decision to take the left-hand side of the map, because it is very open. He has 2 machine gunners to kind of lock it down at the moment. But you can see on this side of the map, there's this choke point here, there's a choke point here. The Allies can really have lots of room to flank on this side of the map, so I question that. But in all fairness, I still wouldn't want to play anyone ever. I'm so scared of playing 1v1s, man. It's just like, oh, if I lose, then
we're losing territory.
Then I can't justify it at all. It's like, what? Just play some 1v1s, man. Just play. And then I think about all the times where I just end up going against Panzer Elite and British, and I'm like, oh, this isn't the kind of battle I want. It's not really the fun I get from this game. So you know, just play to enjoy. Play to enjoy. That's how games are meant to work. Double snipers spotting the riflemen and taking some shots. The riflemen are now mortally wounded. They are at 50% health. Bit more, 55% maybe. But they are trying to run and find those snipers. Still no Jeep out, and I think a Jeep would be a welcome addition to the troops for Gravemouth at the moment. So he's kind of doing a really excellent flank attack here. He's got so many units just spread in a giant line. He's doing a huge line push. He's finding out where the weakest defenses are. And he sees that he can move across here freely. There's no machine gunners around here. And those guys are going to swoop round and take the machine gunners. You can see it now happening exactly as I described. I don't need to describe it though. You can see it for yourself. The rifleman squad almost went down. The snipers are still in action. They didn't get taken out by the front assaulting riflemen because they were getting hit by the machine gunners. So these rifleman squads have to take out the machine gunners in order to allow the other squads to move forward, but unfortunately they've retreated for now, and the rifleman squads are in danger, and they lose. They even drop a bar. He didn't retreat in time. As soon as that squad was on 5 guys, I would have been hitting that retreat button. They got rid of the machine gunner. Staying there was way too risky, and it didn't pay off. We have a pack on the field now. But again, Arekos, you're sitting on the wrong side of the map, buddy, because there's only one victory point over here. And you need victory points. Victory points are very important. They are so important. We have a motor pool up. We might see a Greyhound, but I would love to see a half-track. Oh, please, God, let it be a half-track. Please, please let it be a half-track. I love half-tracks. Even if a half-track comes darting into the base, I still love them. I don't care if it's cheesy. Half-tracks are cool. So, here's the Volk squad with the bar. Delicious bar there. There it is. See it in his hand. He's got the irregular gun of the squad. One of these guns is not like the other. Grenadiers are poking out of the center. Oh, we have Panzerschrecks going up. So he definitely wants to be secure and making sure no armor comes onto the field. So why do people not get LMGs as much, by the way? I've read on the forums quite a bit that LMGs are not really that good in terms of suppressing. They don't suppress very quickly, apparently. Which is, you know, they still suppress. It takes some time, but they're a light machine gunner. What do you expect? They shouldn't suppress more than a heavy machine gun. So, you know, I like having that suppression effect. I like having that extra firepower. Those things are quite damaging. And I know Panzerschrecks occasionally will give someone, you know, someone will run into the Panzerschreck and just explode, and all his limbs go everywhere, and it's cool again. Gravemouth once again doing his line attack. This is what your gameplay should look like, guys. If you are allies and you're blobbing up, this is how it's done. You separate your squads out, you get ready for their attack, and then you just go for it. This is the way to prevent terror from force retreating you. This is the way to avoid mortars from dealing severe damage to your troops. This is the way to avoid any off-map artillery or on-map artillery. And look, he's managed to force a retreat from the Volk squads there and the Grenadiers, and look how damaging that was. They are all quite low on health, but I think they probably would have been on low health earlier on. And here's the Greyhound on this side of the map. The Rifleman, again, Gravemouth, he's figured out there's no or hardly any anti-tank capability on this side of the map that he can deal with, and brings the M8 to the correct side of the map rather than focusing on the heavily defended area. There's no point in that. He's correctly identified the victory points are on this side of the map, and it's important to take. So right now, Gravemouth, you are a genius to me. You are doing excellent. I like your playstyle. As for Arekos, you got to get back in the game. You got to do it, man. You got to get over here and show Gravemouth who is the boss of the world, who is the Axis, who has rightful claim to his lands for king. And in fact, no, they don't have a king. Oh well, mine's down in the middle of the road. Decorative mines. Look at them. Oh god, I hope like a King Tiger comes down here. Rocket barrage comes down on this point. That is a lot of munitions spent on that. Was it worth it? I only see one squad retreating, so I don't think it really was. He didn't even wipe the squad out. But he does manage to hold the strategic point. Yay! Small victories. So he's coming back in force with this sniper. 17 kills. Oh yeah, again, hiding at the back. And by the way, you don't always have to have these in camouflage. I mean, it is pretty good, but sometimes if you can identify that it's damn safe for your sniper to be out of camouflage, just do it. I mean, they'll get to this battle a lot quicker and they'll be inflicting casualties more. So, you know, it's one of those more micro-intensive things, and you have to be alert, make sure there aren't any enemy snipers on the field. And you can get that with general intelligence by having infantry up front. We've got some grenades flying off into the Rifleman squad, and I think we have suppressive fire on the bars active. And look at all these guys, they're just being suppressed, even pinned down by the help of the 50 cal on top of the M8 armoured car. So, surprisingly enough, that was a single rifleman squad. One rifleman squad did all of that. That was great. Maybe one other rifleman squad were around and helped out, but later on that definitely wasn't the case. Again, Arekos, you're just sitting around here doing nothing, man. Get these guys mobile. I mean, there's not even capping going on this side of the map. No one's just... A few engineers, maybe. A few engineers. Breaking the communications center, I see. Oh, God. Poor Angoville. Poor Angoville map. Losing its telecommunications. The riflemen from Gravemouth, GR, are back to pick berries and flowers. VPs. VPs. Get the VPs. Here we go. Right, so he is holding this side of the map for now. And probably for a long time. It's up to Arekos to attack this, and at the moment he's just reinforcing in his base, building a new pack. Because he doesn't have a pack. No pack that could take out the M8 armoured car. Not one, not even a Panzerschreck that could possibly kill the M8 armoured car. We definitely need more packs to deal with this huge threat on the field right now from Gravemouth. Gravemouth just building overpowered units. This colossal fortress of a vehicle which just locks down this entire map. There is absolutely no way, unless we get more packs and anti-tank, that Arekos, the great Arekos, could ever deal with this. So enough bigging him up. This victory point has been decapped, so the points aren't going up for anyone at the moment. Everybody loses. And I'm going to take a slurpy dip of my orange juice because I'm entitled to it, damn it. I'm allowed a drink. No way, man. That's yummy stuff. Orange juice, second best to milkshake. And another thing that annoys me, by the way, is there's a lack of mint milkshake. There was... what's the milkshake name? Yahoo! Is it Yahoo? No, it isn't Yahoo. Yahoo's the smaller ones. Fridge! For those of you know Fridge. Excellent strafing run, by the way. We've just got a free pack here now. Gravemouth seizing the opportunity to take that. But Fridge milkshakes, they did a mint-flavoured milkshake a while ago, and it was so delicious. And I don't understand why people didn't buy it more and it wasn't continued production. But... I miss it. In fact, in my home city, we had a place called Shakeout, and basically what they would do is they had like a selection of chocolate bars, just all the chocolate you could ever imagine in the world at the back of their shop. And you basically just pointed your finger at the chocolate bars, and they made it into a milkshake. And, it was kind of expensive, but it was delicious. It was definitely, certainly, much better than a lot of other milkshakes I've ever had ever. But unfortunately, Shakeout got closed down. Obviously, not enough people like milkshakes. And damn it, I like milkshakes! People ruining my life. But then again, I wouldn't get too much milkshakes because too much sugar just makes me feel awful. And then it kind of has like the opposite effect on me. I just get less energetic. So, riflemen retreating. That was a touching story, by the way. But the riflemen are retreating over their own mines, and no one's seen the mines yet. So, at the moment, it's just kind of like 75 resources. Oh no, these mines have been detonated at some point. Someone's been unfortunate enough to hit them. We've got more mines from the Axis Arekos right on top of the point where it was exploded before. And again, just kind of lack of combat at the moment. As Arekos tries to figure out what he's got to do. Still just locking down this side of the map with machine guns. No kills, 4 kills, no kills. These units are completely useless at the moment. So he's just fighting with what he can on the right hand side of the map, which is basically infantry at the moment. He's lost his pack, which is all the way back here. Now he can't even, if he gets a vehicle out, it's going to seriously be a problem. At the moment, you can see he's got 4 of the Fatherland and registered artillery, so no abilities that can really help him out. He's just kind of backing away with his snipers. Dude, get out there! Dude, fight! Don't, come on, you're being a coward. Attack his forward base. Anything, just get out there. Take some lives. Come on, dude, there's nothing to lose. Is there anything on the map right now? He's just sitting there. I think maybe he's concentrating very hard on capping this point. This point is very crucial to the victory for Arekos at the moment. But no, deterred by the rifleman. Thwarted plans for you, Arekos. You're going to have to try a little bit harder than that. Arekos now moving his snipers diligently up. No, now they're stopping. And again, Gravemouth is the first to initiate the combat. Good on you, Gravemouth, for keeping the action going. And now he just decides that he's lost quite a few guys. These soldiers are able to aim their guns and kill. Inflict quite a lot of damage. But he sees that there's hardly any AT. He's found the Panzerschreck, and now he can move in with the 50 cal. The 50 cal's been taken down. It's been upgraded again. Or maybe the guy just popped out again. I don't know. Hiding like a coward. A bar has been dropped. I think the Volks are going to equip themselves with a second bar. Hell yeah, this is cool. A rifleman squad from the rear now comes into play. Gravemouth doing some more of his flanking work, but does he know the snipers are there? He is gunning for the snipers. They are his target for today. For the fatherland has been activated. Increased defenses for everybody. I think they also get a bit of increased fighting power, maybe attack power, something like that. More riflemen are coming to play. Interestingly enough, I've not seen any flamethrowers from these engineers from Gravemouth. Maybe he just sees that it's a waste of munitions. He'd rather get mines out. Securing the possibility that, if there's any threat on the field in terms of armor, then he's got quite a lot of stuff out there to deal with it. Because at the moment he's only got a pack. He's only got a M8, which isn't too great against armor. But I'm sure he's well equipped enough to take out. Well, I say well equipped. I mean he's got enough resources probably just to get something out quickly, like a Wolverine if he builds a tank depot. But at the moment it just seems like Arekos is sitting in his base building up some more Panzerschrecks because of this deadly threat. It's so much of a threat, so much of a threat that I must buy more stuff to... Oh, Arekos, I don't have enough arms right now to facepalm myself. So, researching improved infantry. Now they are all Vet 2, which probably means that the Panzerschrecks are going to be more effective against this M8 Greyhound. If they get close to it, because we've seen great microplay from Gravemouth. And this is kind of another important thing to identify with your opponents. Are they good at microing? Can they multi-micro? Do they have eyes on other sides of the field? If you can identify that and you can sort of outplay your opponent, you can start shifting your attention to just trying to out-micro him. You can say, alright, I'm going to attack you over here. I'm going to maybe even try to attack your base and then attack you here. And one side has got to give if he isn't that strong. So, I think that would actually be kind of cool for Gravemouth to do right now, is kind of just attack this with like a 2 rifleman squad flank. Just destroy that completely. He'd get a lot of territory. He would really impact Arekos' resources generation. So, just somewhat more than just sitting around here on his victory points. Gravemouth is playing a definitely safe game. Oh god, that was beautiful. Mines there, just instantly going off on both squads. That was synchronized mine dying. Not often you get to see that, and here's a pack. 3rd pack now that has been built. A sniper is out for Gravemouth. He wants to play the sniper game too. Maybe even get a lot of sniper kills, because who doesn't like to keep their sniper alive and get so many kills and be like, oh man, I got like 60 kills this game. And then you go to the forums and you're like, yeah, check this shit out. I'm awesome. And then some other guys like posting his pioneers, which have like 1 billion kills. And it just makes you feel miserable. There was a lot of that on Company of Heroes Online. I saw just people posting their kills on forums, and I think that was awesome. It's definitely something that Men of War misses. If you've seen my Men of War games, we can't check how many units have got, what kind of kills they've got. So it's kind of one of those things you miss. But at the same time, something that Company of Heroes doesn't have that Men of War has is every unit has a name, and that's kind of funny. Just like checking, you click on this guy and it's like, oh, it's Simon Bostov. Awesome, Simon Bostov, you and 79 kills. Scouting plane up and about, or maybe it was a strafing run, but I don't believe it was a strafing run. I saw no units around here. Intelligence is good, but to be honest, it wasn't really necessary. You could just poke up a few infantry, check this out manually. Good old manual way of checking it out. Never underestimate the power of that. We are 24.40 minutes into the game, and this pack is hiding out in a chumpy little position. This guy is signaling in some ways, just kind of being generally bored, not having too much to fire at. I say again, he's got a lot of stuff to shoot. Get reloading, sir. Oh, he loses the guy at the back. Now they're trying to run away, but who's going to support them? We have almost nobody to support. Oh, poor Pack is going to lose that, and it is gone, so he can reclaim that, and that's going to help him take out the M8 Armored Greyhound. But Machine Gun is retreating over mines, but unfortunately they are retreating, so they take a little damage from the mines. And whoa, my light just flickered. Oh, my poor energy-saving light. I'm going to have to replace you. And here comes all the riflemen on this side of the map, capping the points. We even have some minesweepers up here, because Gravemouth has evidently hit some mines. The riflemen are suppressed right now. At the moment, I don't think he notices it. I would be retreating that, just trying to get max distance. Allow them to fire on you, because this machine gun has been retreated. And bring up these riflemen to flank the side, and they will even find out there's a pack there for the taking. Moving over to the right-hand side of the map, though, where the pack has been captured, we've got Panzerschrecks moving up, approaching the guy Armored Greyhound. And it is a problem, because it is low health, but it is retreating in the correct direction, or maybe the wrong direction if that pack finds out where it's going. It gets a veterancy bonus. Hooray, promotion for you. The M8 Greyhound, though, is pretty good at being faster than Panzerschreck dudes, though. So it gets out of there. It's going to need a few repairs, but it shouldn't take too long to repair because it is a light vehicle after all. These guys sitting there trying to absorb some bullets. They will take less damage because they are flickering yellow. And when they flicker red, it will be even less damage. Or is it just red? I think it's red. They're red now. They are taking less damage. So, until that rifleman squad, which actually retreated, so they aren't coming to the rescue. There we go. Gravemouth realises he needs to retreat now. Engineers, cap the point. Remember to capture the points. Bursting into song, because right now, combat is inactive. So, let me try and think of something else to say. By the way, I've had a few people comment asking for tips. I'm fine with that. If you are a caster or you want to cast, send me a message. I'll try and help you out any way I can. I mean, honestly, I wish there was a way for me. You've seen my player intro at the start. I spent a day doing that, actually. I've learned quite a lot about using Adobe After Effects. It's an awesome program for creating visual effects. I would love it if I could do stuff like that for casters out there and make their games feel a little bit more special. And another thing that I would like to say, though, is I don't just do this, not just because I enjoy casting games. I do enjoy casting games. It's pretty fun for me. I also like, giving you guys out there some form of entertainment. It makes me feel good inside that I'm not a useless human being after all, and the time that I spent studying music and art and stuff like that can actually go to some practical use. But I also do this for the players, because right now Gravemouth and Arekos are doing battle, and I want them to feel like this is more than just an ordinary game where I just sit there and talk over the top of it. I want them to feel a little bit more special, a little bit more almost like a TV-like, sort of like my name suggests, a nuke TV. I know I'm not quite there yet. I'm honestly hyping myself up way too much. But if I could do that, if I could really give the players that sort of feeling, then awesome. Grenades going down from Greymouth. Wow, solid. So solid crew pioneer there who just eats a grenade. But he doesn't get away for too long. He does lose his life. And Arekos right now has managed to capture quite a lot of the map, but he is losing it yet again. The victory points are going down. And I'm surprised he's even got to where he is right now. 282 for Arekos, 365. So that's more favourable to the Allies, 365, blah, blah, blah. Greyhound's still doing a great job to stay alive, but 6 kills. All it's really done is just invoke a response from Arekos. He's basically... I mean, yes, this is effective, but basically Arekos has gone, Greyhound! Quick, build everything that's anti-tank! And it's seriously impacted his way to combat infantry, but in all honesty, he has remained in the game. We have not a strafing runner. That might have been another recon plane going down. Sniper so out of position, and Arekos sees it. He's running for it now, trying to gun it down. But I think the riflemen are in the way, blocking those shots, encouraging people. Oh god, there's the strafing run! There is an excellent strafing run. That's why you don't blob. That's why we have line formation. It's Gravemouth, you are very educational right now, even putting some mines down. Also, mines outside building doors are awesome too. If you've not thought about doing that, try it. You'll be pleasantly surprised when they go off. It's just like the most awesome thing ever. It's like, haha, you were going in the building and I placed a mine there, yay. I also tried to barbed wire these entrances to the houses off before, but unfortunately that doesn't work, and I want to know why it doesn't work, because I could understand it might be a problem if you end up barbed wiring someone inside the house. That would be quite funny, but barbed wiring them outside of the house, I think that should be allowed, to be honest. I would like to see that happen. It definitely have some interesting reactions into how games are played when you can barbed wire doors off, because if you want to barbed wire this building off, you have to actually barbed wire like really far around the building, which often isn't practical. So here comes yet another assault from the Panzerschrecki infantry that Arekos has, again still not killing the M8 Greyhound, even though he has had so many opportunities to, and we've got the pack out right now, but it's not, yeah, it is facing the right way. It did look like it wasn't facing the right way. More shots going down. 3 packs here, by the way. Free. I love free stuff. I feel like such a thief, though. Being flanked by lots of stuff, but the engineers don't have a flamethrower, so they aren't terribly effective on the infantry. I would love to see just a flamethrower unit out doing some little bit of extra splash damage. That would be cool stuff. That would definitely help out Gravemouth at the moment. Not that he really needs it. The Panzerschreck groups retreat. The machine gunners aren't terribly effective at being the assault guys. We have, again, not a strafing one. I think this is a bit of a waste. You know, all the recon planes, that's like 150 munitions spent on recon planes so far. But then again, since he is airborne, he can just keep dropping his supplies down. He hasn't used any of these tools at the moment, you know, mortars and free machine guns. He's basically getting his free stuff from his opponent. 3 packs, why not? We have a Panzer IV on the field, a relatively all-round tank that's good at lots of stuff, but dangerous mines. All the mines have exploded apart from this one back here, the Panzer IV. Oh god, is it? Oh no, Arekos, don't do it. No, don't go for the base. Don't. Our base is a bad idea. It will take some time for the pack to actually move itself back to the base. We have an AT gun back here as well. Might have been an airdropped one. It might have been one from the motor pool. By the way, that is a little unusual for airborne to go motor pool, but there are some quirky stuff you can do with it. Don't just rule it out altogether. And just one Arekos, no, one tank base rushing. Okay, please just take out the machine gun first before you do anything radical, please. No, oh god, okay, over here. I'm not going to pay attention to that. We're going to go look at the battle happening over here with the riflemen surrounding yet again the Panzerschreck guys, and they are unable to fight back. If only that machine gunner was just supporting their flank, but the machine gunner has been taken out, maybe by another strafing run. We've seen plenty of them so far. Yeah. Knight's Cross are out. Knight's Cross are certainly the best kind of opening assault force you can get. These guys are suppression resistant. Or resilient. They're not resistant, resilient. Okay, same thing. They aren't immune, but they will really wreak havoc on any kind of machine gun. Looks like we had a squad wipe over here, and Ice-T! Arekos! Oh yeah, Arekos, you were running into the base to do that. Okay, that's more acceptable, but now it's time to get out of there, dude. Get out of there. You don't want to lose your Panzer IV. You can use this relatively effectively against all of the stuff that our Gravemouth has so far. If you can just avoid all the AT guns, that would be excellent. We can certainly use tanks in a defensive way, which limits the use of AT guns, because AT guns, they are less mobile. They certainly can't be where you need them to instantly, so you have a bit of time. I don't think Gravemouth understands. I don't either. But this combat over here, Arekos is losing quite a lot of stuff, but Gravemouth retreating back to his armoured car to get some additional support fire from that, as we have 2 snipers back here. Sniper flank! Oh god, he's firing at the wrong guys though. Fire at these ones. I hope they don't run into the mines though. But now the Knight's Cross are coming up right behind the snipers, and these guys are also sniper resilient. But I think one of these guys will die. Oh, just eats a bullet right there. There we go. He goes down. Now the one single Knight's Cross holder. Ostwind! Ostwinds are dangerous, man. Ostwinds are so OP. They absolutely annihilate the bejeebies out of squads. Seriously. Those things just absolutely fuck people off. Excuse my language. But those things are terrifying. The amount of squads I've lost to a vet-free Ostwind is just uncool. They like zap, 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 zap. Instantly gone, squad dies. It looks like the Ostwind actually managed to get a kill on the Greyhound. Maybe it was the Panzer IV. I wasn't really paying attention. Oops. I probably should have been doing that as a commentator. Arekos reinforcing his Knight's Cross holders. These are... You really don't want to let them die at the moment. I think this is the only thing that's going to get you back into this game. We are 35 minutes in. Still. Oh yes, those mines being pretty damn effective against the Ostwind right there. So far, Gravemouth's mines just all over the map have been detonating, apart from this one. But just goes to show you how awesome mines are. Don't underestimate them. Get them in key locations. Or not even key locations will eventually explode. I think this is like one of the rare occasions where one of the mines put down hasn't actually been triggered. It's just absolutely insane the amount of the map which is actually used in the game. In comparison to other RTS games out there, there's like very few of the map which actually gets used, which is pretty damn surprising. Gravemouth, you've got a lot, just so much anti-tank out there. I don't know why you got these two anti-tank guns. You certainly had more than enough packs out on the field, and there's not that much of an armor threat. But okay, I suppose you have enough infantry out on the field, but honestly I'd like to see you have more infantry and just press the advantage and claim all this side of the map. Always be gaining more advantage. It's one of the key components of Company of Heroes, is not to just outright win the game, but you think to yourself, how can I gain more advantage? I believe Day9, I like Day9, he has said something very similar as well, and he basically, I say he says, but actually I didn't actually know Day9 for that long. It's been kind of recent in a way since I've known him. It's about like not even a year, I'd say, but anyway, not important. You always gain more advantage rather than trying to win the game. Just say, right, how can I maybe take these territories and hold them? How can I just maybe neutralize that victory point? That's more of an advantage. You know, there's only this around here. If I can just cap that and maybe retreat, that's going to give me more of an advantage. All stuff like that adds up. Eventually you gain so much advantage that the gap between you and your opponent is just so much that they are fighting a heavily losing battle. They need to play much better than they are in order to get back in the game. And I think that's an awesome thing about this game. As Men of War as well, same principles in Company of Heroes that can apply to Men of War. Sorry if you don't follow that game, and again, sorry for the Men of War people that don't follow this game, but screw you, I'm doing the game! That's all I can really say. I feel a bit harsh, yes, but I will try and get Men of War and Company of Heroes games out as well. And I would love to do loads more games as well. We got a slight curvature in the sticky bomb there. As some more Panzerschreck troops are running up, that they aren't that good at killing infantry, but there's only a few guys left here. Go on, fire the Panzerschreck, give some guy. There, oh god, that's beautiful. 2 kills with 1 Panzerschreck. Not often you see that. Ostwinds are coming to the field, nice cross holders. This is a deadly anti-infantry force, and it is even taking out the anti-tank guns, so wow. Sherman on the field, not too late indeed. That can definitely take out the Ostwinds, no problem whatsoever. But the Panzerschrecks are coming up on the flank, and we are even getting an AT gun stolen by Knight's Cross Haulers. Yes, stolen by Knight's Cross Haulers, not stolen. Oh god, that must be one elite anti-tank gun right there. It's not rotating in the right direction just now because of the micro the Gravemouth has. Arekos is in a bit of a pickle though still, because oh god, he brings up the Panzer IV. This is exactly what you want to do. If you have something on the field that needs to be somewhere else, bring it, man. If you needed that Pack 38 rather on this side of the map, you know, 20 minutes way too late. You should have brought that way earlier, and this is exactly why. There's a Sherman on the field. The Panzer IV was on the opposite side of the map, and he brings it in, utilizing the resources on the map. I think this is another very important story that someone else, another famous caster somewhere, has probably said, but is absolutely pointless having like any sort of unit on the field if you don't realise you have it. Something along those lines. I can't remember the story now. Oh god, my memory fails me so much. Pioneer's having trouble running to repair that because the Ostwind is so damaged. Everything on that is broken. It's not immobilized though, so not absolutely everything. Machine gun is setting up yet again in the wrong direction. Pioneers, I think they just stolen that, but they didn't get away with it, unfortunately. The sniper just pings them right in the backside. And I think the Panzer IV and the Ostwind now want to find that sniper and get some revenge points. But the sniper from Gravemouth goes ahead and retreats. Anti-tank gun trying to get a position. There goes the burps again. Always happens late game. I don't know why. Maybe I should get more of a drink. Or maybe that's what causes it. Oh yeah, I'm onto you, Orange Juice. I'm onto you. Anti-tank gun though is definitely going to have a difficult time getting some shots over here, because too many things can just drive right by it. It has to get really close to the action, and there's not a lot of protection right now. Reclaiming some more anti-tank guns, that's good as well. I think we just had a recon plane coming over here. Not sure why. Maybe he wanted to detect any forces here and strafing run them, but right now Arekos is all over the field. Hell yeah is he. He's back in this game to fight. If we check the tactical map, we'll be able to see, and I think Gravemouth, I've been saying all along he's been doing really well, but now he's down to 2 rifleman squads. That's bad indeed. He needs to keep those. In fact, he needs more squads, and I think, again, we're lacking medic stations. Medic stations are awesome. They are the thing you need to buy whenever you can. If you get one squad out, you have already fully paid back that medic station twice over. It's so cool. The AT guns are moving up very slowly and taking some shots at the tanks, and because there's no enemy infantry in the vicinity of this area, there we go, they've got some Pioneers hopping over now, but we have more mines protecting the flanks of the AT guns as the rifleman squads move up to claim the pack's life, and now it's onto the Panzer IV and the Ostwind. The Ostwind's definitely going to be sporting some trouble, and double flamethrowers have just been activated for Arekos. Anti-infantry killing power indeed. Right now a strafing run goes down, but mistimed there. The timing on that was off, and it didn't hit the Pioneers. Rifleman squads are trying to hit the Pioneers. The AT guns are retreating way too late. I would have retreated these a little bit sooner. As soon as you see danger, think about the stuff you have on the field, get them out of there. But of course, remember, this game is now 42 minutes into the game. Players, most likely, they could have been playing for hours before, but they are losing their energy, they are losing concentration, most likely. It's not often that you gain more concentration as a game goes on. Players tend to sort of degrade over time, especially over multiple games. Happens to me, I'm sure it happens to pros. So just bear that in mind, and also bear in mind that I am an observer as well, so I can see everything that's going on. I don't mean to discredit all the players all the time, but in a way that's what you have to do as a commentator. Hi Gaki! Hi! How you doing? What you up to? How's the girlfriend? Or the boyfriend? Yeah! Happy smiley face. Hi Gaki, I don't know who you are, but interesting feature that the replays save all the whispers as well. You can get some really weird, unusual conversations going on. Strafing run, I think that was. I just missed it though because my jerky mouse syndrome. I don't know why that happens. But I don't believe that really called for a strafing run anyway, because that squad was almost certainly going to die from the Sherman. Again, freebies on the field, lots of packs, which will be delightful against the Sherman, which currently is facing the wrong way, but Gravemouth sees his errors and rectifies his ways. Again, checking the map, I think we've lost another rifle. Nope, there it is. There's the second rifleman squad. I was blind all along. Sniper checking things out for himself. Snipers make pretty good scouts, remember. Stick them on that hold fire, just move them around, try and keep them out of danger. Try to move in positions where, movement isn't going to happen. Like behind this building, for example, you're not going to get someone moving around this building too much, as opposed to everywhere else. Strafing runs going down on the infantry again, and that is why Arekos is just lacking in infantry right now. He has so little infantry on the game, he's lost quite a lot. We've seen no medic stations from him as well. Stickies are off onto the Panzer IV, damaging its engine. We have 2 Oswinds which are annihilating the riflemen. Look how dangerous those things are. And the Sherman, well, the Sherman can only really take out the Panzer IV, and it doesn't really want to risk its life. It is on low health. It needs to retreat. It needs to get itself repaired. We only have this one squad of engineers on the field. Both players are, at the moment, they've just battered each other to death. They are suffering. I think Gravemouth, oh god, he loses a rifleman squad. That's terrible, terrible, terrible news for him. We've got one last rifleman squad out in the field. Here it is, just kind of looking at the debris. There's no way they can take on Oswinds. Vet-free Oswinds. Oh god, this is a downhill battle now. As well as the Panther, which is still damaged. We need more tanks. We need stuff happening. We need... I don't know how Gravemouth is going to do this right now. He definitely has a challenge, and I'm just wondering, maybe he should have gained more advantage earlier on in the game. He should have got these points. He should have maybe even neutralized that at the very least. We only have a machine gun right here. Only, I mean, this sniper alone could do it. Oh god. Oh, I feel bad. I feel sorry. I don't know what I feel at all. Arekos at the moment with 7 command points, but I think he does actually have pretty much everything from the defensive doctrine. We have the registered artillery for the Fatherland and off-map artillery for the Fatherland. Early on in the game, I don't find it that useful because it costs 75 ammunition to use. Registered artillery, defensive, awesome in its nature. It does a lot of damage. And off-map rocket barrage, we got to see that used on the base, but that's also very costly. Arekos just kind of backing away now with his Panzer IV. Pure sniper fire there, picking off those pioneers. Panzer IV, yeah, for the Fatherland, that's it. He's got to hold on to the points. Couple of Shermans up to no good, no upgrade for them just yet. Surprisingly though, when they get the long barrel upgrade, which they don't have by the looks of it, they have lower rate of fire but higher penetration value, which means they're better against tanks but less effective against infantry because they're not firing as often. So bear that in mind in your battles. Right now I think there's not that much infantry on the field, so I wouldn't be too worried for the Shermans taking the role of anti-infantry. I'd leave that down to the riflemen. Gravemouth, you have demonstrated you have great infantry play so far, and I think you can definitely annihilate all of Arekos' infantry. If you can just take out the stuff annihilating your infantry, and right now that's these Oswinds. If you can take them out with Shermans, you are in a good position. I mean, oh god, all these packs. There's just not enough people on the field to even man the packs. Oh. We have artillery coming down. It is a bombing run. It kills the pioneers at the back. It does a lot of damage to the tanks, but not enough to kill them. But the Shermans are going to have no trouble whatsoever dealing with them now. There goes the Oswin. That guy is just like somersaulting into the bush. We're going to see another explosion from this guy. Yeah, awesome. 10 out of 10. Again, always marking the landings. Super physics this game has. Shermans are now the threat on the field that Arekos needs to be dealing with, and unfortunately he's lost most of the stuff in order to do that. We have no packs on the field. We have Oswinds out and about doing some base damage. Nice crossholders, looks like they want to go for some base damage. And artillery, rocket barrage being called down on here. I think, is there any survivors that will emerge from the smoke? No, because I could see their health bars were all gone, so interesting. The Sherman, one Sherman did survive. It is taking on some Knights Cross, which were capping this point. Right now though, they are stuck. You blocking Sherman, you blocky block. So Oswind is doing some base damage. The riflemen are completely screwed. They need to just run away from the base. Run! Don't be afraid to be a coward this time. This is not a battle you can win unless you get a sticky grenade on there, which I think if you approach an Oswind, it will literally just make you implode. There is that thing will destroy infantry up close and personal. So the Sherman here, now with a long barrel upgrade. Gravemouth, I don't know if he just accidentally did this or he did identify that his infantry play is superior. And don't worry, by the way, if you think that your infantry play is weak, just try and, if you can identify your weaknesses, you can try and force your opponent to sort of either not see that or focus on your strengths and therefore not exploit your weaknesses. All good mind games like that, which I love. I love mind games. They are the best thing. It's not just about knowing what units to build and when, and the Sherman blocking the shot there, the dead Sherman. We have some bars dropped as well. I would love to see that picked up by someone. Go on, pick it up. Bike out in the field that wants to take out a sniper, but honestly, Sherman... Yeah, Sherman I think is going to win that one. Surprisingly though, the bike didn't actually die quickly. It will die quickly, just not now. Not quickly enough. Knights Cross holders on the field. Again, not doing anything. Arekos, what can you possibly be doing? What are you doing? I can see your Oswind, like, didn't really do much. I don't know what that was doing. I think it wanted to maybe take out a weapon support center, but... What are you doing now? Micro the bike. Micro needs to go back to base. Needs to... Just sit there. Yeah, it's a hard game. It's made harder by the fact you're not doing anything. There we go, we've got some Knights Cross holders. Yeah, I'm sorry to insult you, Arekos. I love you, really. Secretly have pictures of you all over my wall. But this is an interesting game. It has definitely flipped, and then it flipped again, and then all of a sudden both players are on the brink of destruction. I wouldn't be surprised if this game ends up being a draw. Both players just end up agreeing that they lost. Rocket barrage being called down on the victory point. 51 minutes in the game. It is a long game again. I'm going to take another slurp-a-derp of orange juice, because yet again I deserve it, because I'm a Nuki, I'm a human being. I require stuff like this. A large incursion on the left hand side, by the way. It seems like Gravemouth has decided to conquer this side of the map rather than trying to get the second victory point up here, but he is losing this victory point from the Knights Cross holders, which are extremely resilient and going to be more effective against the Sherman. Now it has a long barrel upgrade. It's, well, not really effective. The Knights Cross holders won't win. I mean, they can get some Panzerfaust off, but they're going to survive a lot longer. I think they're just going to try and hide behind this building and even take out the pack, and maybe even acquire the pack again. We saw that earlier on in the game he took a pack and fired on Shermans. I think that might have been his plan, but I think for now he might just want to retreat now he's taken that out. So anyway, Panther, yeah, that'll do. I have to slurp the end of the straw to make sure like none of the juicy stuff like drops all over my keyboard. Orange juice is really sticky when it dries up. It's absolutely awful to clean. So Sherman, okay, the Sherman's has the long barrel upgrade, but it's still not going to win against a Panther. It needs numbers. We need more Shermans. We need veterancy for the Shermans as well. Whoa, bowling! Oh god, my base! Oh, you're destroying your own base with the bowling technique. Vet-free Sherman, that could definitely do some damage to the Panther, but it is very damaged itself. Maybe we can get some rear shots. That would be good. Maybe we can get some ongoing repair as well. He needs to hide. He needs to build engineers. Oh, this could be it. This could be the defining moment of the game. Yeah, sticky bombs. Oh god, look at the sticky bomb distance on these upgraded riflemen. Because of their veterancy bonus at level 2, they get a bonus to sticky bomb range. Gunner killed on top. That's the second bonus, second veterancy bonus for the Panther, by the way, is they get gunners. Stugs, no, not Stugs. Maybe Stugs, I don't know, I can't remember now. Knowledge of game is decreasing by the second. In fact, StarCraft. I know most of us probably won't like StarCraft around here, but I still play it with friends because why the hell not? I'm friends with them. I try and be friendly. But StarCraft is one of those games where I have actually got worse at playing it as time gone on. I seem to lose interest in the game so easily. I'm just like building all my stuff and then building units, and then I think, what am I going to have to eat? In fact, I could be playing a different game. In fact, I wonder what kind of plan would go. I just get lost in thought by absolutely everything, so I've got worse as the game goes on. So I don't know where I was going with that story, but it was an interesting story. I thought I'd better mention it whilst there was hardly anything happening, because we have more infantry on the field now, and therefore we will talk about that. Double Knights Cross Holders, Vet 2 supported with a Panzer Shrek as well. A good job taking out the Panther, by the way. But now it's all down to the infantry on the field yet again. It seems to be that as soon as like the armor is eliminated on the field, we get loads of infantry like being the problem, and then all of a sudden we eliminate the infantry, and then all of a sudden the armor pops back up as being the problem. This game is just keeps switching so often, so much, like, I would say tech switching, but it's not really tech switching so much as just units surviving. Like, as soon as all your infantry dies, it's just the tanks left on the field, and then all of a sudden you rebuild the infantry, and all of a sudden the tanks die. You know, it keeps flipping around. The machine gunners, though, never stood a chance there against Knights Cross Holders. Knights Cross are absolutely lethal in close quarter combats. You don't want to be anywhere near them. In fact, if you're using riflemen, even vet-free riflemen will lose against them. Better use the suppressive fire ability, better use grenades, anything. Better get the snipers out and support. You have to take them out with different tactics, different abilities. You can't just go at them head on. Never works. You can see right now, just watch this, as the riflemen are going to get utterly destroyed. There we go, we got the strafing run. That is how you do it. Gravemouth, I underestimated you, but still you are going to get a hail of bullets coming your way. Strafing run will certainly do a lot of damage, but it won't save you from the bullets coming out of those Knights Cross Holders guns. Shermans are still alive and willing to put up a good fight against the Panzer Shreks. Oh god, that guy gets hammered in the face. That AP round was just buried right into his eyes. Just capping that territory right there. It's just one territory on its own. Knights Cross Holders are, wow, so low on health with two guys. That's the amount of health split between two guys. They could seriously be wiped out just by one shot. Panther on the field again. Arekos, you need to use this Panther very wisely and get some infantry supporting it as well. Rear armor hit, even though that was a side hit, but it counts as a rear armor hit nonetheless. Don't just drive it in. Dude, get some distance. Don't just... You're going to get sticked. Stickies are bad. Stickies are bad. Valuable lesson. Also, there's some stuff on the field that maybe he can salvage. Look, stuff there to salvage, stuff there to salvage. Something I always forget when I'm playing Axis. Not always, I sometimes remember, but I see a lot of players will often forget. Quite a lot of stuff you need to remember at the game, but salvaging vehicle wrecks for munitions is good. I even see some professionals early on in the game, they will actually destroy vehicle wrecks for XP just to get that extra CP. Means you can get a Pershing or a Calliope or, you know, whatever you want out quicker. And that's kind of what separates me from professionals, is just remembering all stuff like that. It's absolutely incredible how much pros will look at stuff like that and do it and be able to remember it all. Awesome gameplay indeed. So NAT gun out here, two Shermans, it's going to be enough to counter a Panther, and the Panther right now is just moving into dangerous territory. You don't want to be moving in front of all this, so you've already taken a lot of damage. You've got some nice cross holders here as well, out of position. They are being gunned down by what looks to be maybe the Shermans. I think, I don't know where the Shermans were actually firing, but those nice cross holders were very wounded. We have a GG from Arekos though. Is that the end of the game? 58 minutes in, you have taken my breath away, quite literally. I'm going to be not speaking for the rest of the day. So, let's recap. Congratulations, Gravemouth, on your victory over Arekos. It was a well-deserved one indeed. As for my Anuki TV viewers, do send in your replays if you have something of interest. I will give it a look. I might be able to cast it. And anyone who wants to send me a message about casting games, any information I might be able to help you with, sure, go ahead, ask questions. I'll see if I can get back to you on that. As for this game, highlights are rolling and music is playing. As for me though, Anuki Tadaru.